Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Roundup. I'm your host, Jose Rios, and I welcome you all in. Thanks for listening and watching today with us. Today's episode is going to be quite a good one. We have a lot of information. We have a lot of news going on at the moment. We really do have a ton of information. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the creation of the Super League. What is it about? Um, how do other teams or just fans, how have they reacted to this? We're going to talk about that shortly. We're also going to talk about Jose Mourinho. He's been sacked from Tottenham after just 17 months and almost a 52% winning percentage. He's been relieved from his duties. Him and his coaching staff have all been removed from Tottenham. We're also going to talk about that and how we see the team in the future for this League Cup final. We're also going to do a quick recap on this last Friday's game against Everton, the 2-2 draw. And we're also going to talk about Wednesday's match against Southampton and Manchester City on Sunday for the League Cup final. We're also going to talk about that. And first and foremost, I welcome you all in. I'm pretty sure that you all fans, you all, are aware of the situation with the Super League. Not just from Tottenham, but from other 11 clubs around Europe. What is the Super League? So we're gonna talk about a little bit, about this. According to the New York Times, I was just reading this article right now. It says so far there are 12 founding members. It seems that have been the driving force behind the project: Real Madrid, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Juventus. Those five clubs have been, um, I mean, four clubs. I'm sorry. Those four clubs have been the ones who started all this movement, and there were actually speculations about this. Um, Even on, I mean, last year by 2020, yes, they talk about it, but it never came out to probably actually, um confirming it. It was something that was probably seen really far, you know um from the present at the time. But this news yesterday just took us all by, it took us all by storm. It was a really, it was quite a weird day yesterday. Honestly, we didn't know what was going on. UEFA president Alexander Seferin, he already pronounced himself, saying that any club participating on this tournament, on this Super League, is gonna be that it was gonna be fined. It was then gonna be banned from all UEFA competitions and from FIFA competitions. They were not gonna have the right to compete into the Champions League, into Europa League, and other tournaments. And what hurts the most, it's that they're not going to be able to either participate in the FIFA World Cup. The 2022, it's next year, obviously on December, and for future World Cups, with so much talent that these 12 clubs have in their roster, it will be quite painful not to see the national teams of the World Cup um, with so many important players. You just think about England. They're not going to be able to have Harry Kane. If they end up being banned, um, and not letting them play. South Korea with Heung-min Son, France, with Hugo Lloris, and with Tanguy Ndombele probably as well. Maybe in Argentina, with Giovanni Lo Celso in there. So it's a lot to talk about. The fans have certainly speak about this, not not positively about it. They all I've heard in social media and all, I've read from fans, from long time fans, first and foremost, from Tottenham. I've read a couple, from Man United, from Liverpool, from Real Madrid. Pretty much every fan is really against this Super League. We're so used to seeing real competition, in every league, where the first four places, at least in Spain, Italy, and England, the first four places qualify for Champions League, which is the biggest stage on football. You know, um, it's the biggest stage in midweek, from football. Besides the World Cup, it's probably you know the soccer tournament that most of the fans watch, throughout the world, not just in Europe, but over in America, over in Asia, over everywhere pretty much. So it would really be hard, to see the consequences, because I'm assuming that all of these clubs are not going to withdraw from this tournament. Let me tell you about what other clubs. It's been Real Madrid, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Juventus, like I mentioned, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and the Big Six from England, which are Manchester City, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Were definitely included on this. Um, it's just really hard, to think about that these teams will be withdrawn from their leagues, from their respective leagues. Uh, I don't know how Spanish league will be without Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. Because they are the three main clubs in there. They are the three main clubs that are the ones that withdraw the most attention, or that draw the most attention. I'm sorry. Um, in the case of the Premier League, these big six they are certainly the biggest clubs in England. Um, I just don't see how a Premier League, how a Spanish league, how the Serie A in Italy, without Inter Milan and AC Milan and Juventus, who are the three most powerful clubs in their country. I just don't see it happening. I just don't imagine a world without a domestic league, from each of the clubs. So um, this tournament would replace the Champions League. The intention from the owners of this clubs was to was to probably play this tournament, instead of the Champions League, with the league, going on as well. But it's just really hard. It's just really hard, to think about this. I don't know what the consequences are going to be. There are going to be really, really, really bad consequences. Um, and you know, football is about money. We know that. We know football's about money. We know, we're not little kids anymore. We understand how football is run, especially nowadays. With so many money around it. But the fan is the one that's hurt the most. The fan, the history of the game, the history of the clubs as well. It's just been a really, really hard day for football. Yesterday and today. And the future of it, we really don't know what's going to happen. We um, really don't know what the future is. I don't know if these teams, if their plan is actually to to start until the 2023-2024 season. That was their plan, at least. That was their timetable, at least. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it really hurts the fans. It really hurts the game. It's really painful, for everyone, and for the players too, because they're not gonna be able to represent their country, in their most important tournament, just like the World Cup. The World Cup will then be a secondary, or another tournament. Um, Teams will have to find, players from the local, or from their domestic leagues, to represent their country. It certainly won't be the same. I really don't see football like this, and I hope it really doesn't happen. I really hope um, they all go back to their leagues and everything goes back to normal. But um, the announcement has been made. The Super League is gonna go on, and until then, we'll just wait for news, and then later on later episodes from the Roundup, we're gonna keep talking about this. All right. Moving on. Jose Mourinho has been sacked as Tottenham manager. He only lasted 17 months in charge. Things just didn't work out for one of the best managers in the history of the game. Um, I really do think that probably Mourinho is not one of the best anymore. He's one of the most, or he's been one of the most that's win the most titles, in certain case, if that's how you want to call it. Um, but things just didn't seem to work out in Tottenham for him. He got certain players on the last summer transfer window. Um, he got Doherty, he got Joe Rodon, he got Sergio Reguilon. He also got Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who aside or I mean, along with Harry Kane, he's been the team's MVP. He's been the team's most valuable player throughout the season. He's played every single minute of the season. He's been one good acquisition, but some of the players didn't seem to work out with him. Dele Alli, one of them. Gareth Bale, another one. He was probably the biggest name and the biggest addition for Tottenham in years. After we saw all these years from Mauricio Pochettino not getting any new players, he was just working with what he had, and he made them stronger. He made them better. But Mourinho didn't seem to make players better. It's totally the opposite. I think players are low. They haven't been performing like they used to, especially the defenders. Um, he left us on a League Cup final, but I think it's mostly because of the players, and because, let's be honest, on the Carabao Cup we faced championship teams. We didn't face any club other than Chelsea, pretty much, which we tied against them, and then we took it to penalties and we beat them. But aside that, Brentford is it's a championship club, which are a good club, but they're not a Manchester City. They're not a Manchester United. We didn't get any tough teams, in this competition. We got Stoke City, we got Brentford and Chelsea, and we have final this upcoming Sunday. Yes, he left us in the final, but I think this is mostly because of the players, not because of Mourinho. Mourinho didn't seem to work out. I was really hoping, for a change, for a big turnaround from Mourinho and the players. He kept lining up different squads every single game. You did not players are not going to get along on the field if you keep lining up different players every week. Besides from the top two, pretty much, from Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, that we definitely know that they were going to start, and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who has started every game this season. But besides them three, we didn't know who else was going to start. We didn't know who our right back was going to be. Before a game, it was always like, let's find out what he's going to go out with an hour before the game, and then we would sometimes surprise ourselves with what he came out, and sometimes we were so mad for so many players that he didn't lined up. But well, the head coach, or the coach now in charge, it's an interim head coach, Ryan Mason. He obviously doesn't have any managerial experience, at least on a top level. He, I think, is he's one of the like the U23 or U22 um, coaches for Tottenham. Like academy level. Um, I'm just really hoping to see something fresh. I really hope the players, show out or show off first. First on this Wednesday's game against Southampton, which is not going to be an easy task, but I think it's a winnable game. And second, and most important, on the final, live a good image. The chances from us to win a championship now are way, way lower than they actually were without Mourinho, are now lower, just because we found ourselves with a new manager. And I really think, just leave a good impression. I really hope Ryan Mason does good for the remaining of the season. Um, and he just leaves, a good impression. He can then be considered for next season, hopefully. I really hope so, because he is a guy that was made in Tottenham, that really feels the colors, really feels the badge. And I really hope that he makes a good impression, um, first for the team, and mainly for the team, pretty much. The team is the one that has to win the most points, and we got to finish the season strong, no matter what, no matter if we finish fourth or if we finish 10th or if we finish sixth. And then, I would really like to see the the board give confidence to one of our own guys, to Ryan Mason. I really hope that he lives a good image. I really hope that he doesn't a good impression. If he wins the League Cup, who knows? He stays for next season. 100% sure, regardless of where we finish in the league. I really hope he does it. I really hope he does. I don't see us winning this Sunday, but I really hope that he turns it around. It's such it's so the time it's so short, to make these players, um or just to put his own style, into the players. But just a good impression is all I'm asking for from the players, from the coach. And it's just time, just to move on. No more Jose Mourinho, no more Jose Mourinho with Tottenham. Names have been, up and running. The one that I read the most and that I hear the most from Tottenham fans is Julian Nagelsmann, Red Bull Leipzig coach. Apparently, he's moving to Bayern Munich, so he is actually fading out from the picture. Scott Parker might be a good option if Fulham end up being relegated. Um, his team plays really well for the type of team he has. For such a limited squad he has, he makes them play really well. Yes, they have dropped a lot of points, but it's because of the quality of the team. I really feel that Scott Parker um, with the team like Tottenham, he could definitely do much, much better stuff. Any other names? We'll see throughout this last few weeks of the season. But until the end of the season, we have Ryan Mason as an interim head coach. All right, guys, moving on. This last Friday, we tied against Everton on the league. Another bad result. This really doesn't help. It really didn't. This point doesn't help either Everton or Tottenham. Who were really looking to still climb up some spots to get top four for next season. A good goal by Harry Kane at the 27th minute. Prior to that, I think Everton did a pretty good game. We played with the back five. Good teams, good things. I'm sorry, don't happen when Jose Mourinho just to line us up with five in the back. Definitely not. This wasn't one of them again. We didn't look good offensively. We didn't look good in the midfield. Harry Kane really saved us again. He's been I don't know what we would do without a Harry Kane. I don't know in what position of the league we would be. We would definitely be middle of the table to, probably low, like on bottom of the table maybe. But Harry Kane always responding, and then Gylfi Sigurdsson, a former Tottenham player, scored on the 31st minute penalty, and on the 62nd minute, um, the advantage at the time for Everton. And then after that, a big mistake by central defenders from Tottenham, Michael Keane and Mason Holgate. It was a big mistake. You know, uh, an easy ball that could have been clear, but um, Mason Holgate tried to clean it, and it hit on Michael Keane's foot, and Harry Kane was just there just to tap it in. It was a great goal, a 2-2 tie, with almost 20 minutes to go at the end of the game. I really thought I was going to see more of an offensive team, but we all know how Jose Mourinho is. We just weren't able to keep attacking on them. After that, we didn't have any chances, and the result, I think, it speaks for itself. The a 2-2 draw was a fair enough score for both teams. Um, both attacked really well, but defended really bad. That's what Tottenham have been doing all throughout the season, and that's why Everton have dropped points as well throughout the season because of their back line. But it was an okay result. It's better than not losing, but it's not as good as not winning. It's dropping points is never good. It's now 20 points that we have dropped. Um, uh, I mean, on the season, from winning position, from leading position. I'm sorry, it's been the most out of any other team. I think Brighton is the one behind us with 19 or 20. I think they're also with 20 in there. Um, but yeah, not a good result. We got kind of scared at the end of the game just because Harry Kane seemed to hurt his ankle. I think he's going to be able to play on Sunday for Manchester City. If we don't have to play him for Wednesday against Southampton, then just lay him off. The League Cup final is more important than the game against Southampton. Southampton, I'm sorry, and I think we still can find the 3 points against Southampton, which started off the year pretty good. They're currently sitting 14th with 36 points. They're actually 9 points away from the relegation zone. They start off pretty good. They're starting on the top four places the first few weeks of the season, but they've not been doing good lately. Um, they are a team that yes, they've given the chance to a lot of their academy players, and it has reflected. They lost to Leicester City on the FA Cup semifinal this past yesterday actually, where they beat Southampton 1-0. And the last Premier League result was a 3-0 defeat against Southampton. So, I mean, against West Bromwich, which are almost relegated. So there is a big chance to beat them. There is a big chance to claim, 3 points after a long run. After 3 games without a win, I think it's time to start adding points, to start adding by 3. Regardless if we're gonna make top 4 or not, we just gotta finish the season strong and decently. Um, it appears to be that we're not gonna be able to count with Harry Kane. It's better just to lay him off and give him some rest for Sunday's final. Um, my prediction for this game, it has to be 2-0 win, probably 2-0. Um, we have to keep the clean sheet. I really hope the players play for um for Scott Parker. Who's the guy who's less responsible for what just happened. With Mourinho, um, fans wanted Mourinho out, but now it's the time to show the support without Mourinho and towards Scott Parker as well. So 2-0 win, I hope, for this Wednesday game against Southampton. And on Sunday, we have the League Cup final against Man City. big game, coming up. It's been the second final that I've seen as a Tottenham fan. Um, the first one was against Liverpool. That didn't go well. I really hope, they just leave a good impression. I just really hope that they go out there, um, and just try their best. They just dedicated themselves to play football. It's just a single game. Um, what I mean by saying a single game is just, it's not, there's no two-legged, it's not a two-legged series. It's really not, um um another type of tournament. I know it's Man City, but yes, we have to press them, and we have to play them smart also. I really hope the that the defenders perform well, not just the defenders, but everyone in the team. um Man City is a tough team. They are, but there is ways to beat them. We beat them on the first game that Man City and Tottenham played each other. We beat them 2-0. We gave them the position of the ball, but we were strong in the back. We attacked them on the counter attack. If we can do that, if we're smart enough to do that, uh, then I really do think that there's a big chance of winning. Otherwise, if we just set back the whole game and not try to attack just a little bit, then it's really gonna be a long game for us, and it's definitely not gonna go well. My prediction for this game, like I said, our chances of winning a title now have been way lower now, um, without Mourinho. But honestly, I do think that Man City is gonna win the title. I just really hope that they do the opposite. I just really hope that they prove me wrong, and I just really hope that at the end of the day, I just see a Tottenham team that put their heart out there, that play for the badge, and that play for the colors of this club, of this big club, in such a hard week, for what the future holds for us as fans. On listening about, or just hearing about this news about the Super League, all all of what Tottenham fans need is just a decent performance of the team, who can go out there and just compete against Man City. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it for today's episode. I really hope that everything changes throughout the course of the time. I really hope that all of these teams, they can just go back and you know think about it again, and think about how fans are just speaking out about, against this Super League thing. I really hope that I really wish that money wasn't the main thing, not just on football, but on life. Unfortunately, it is what it moves us. It is what we do things for sometimes, but not for it shouldn't be for soccer, or for football. I'm sorry. Football's not about money. Football is about the passion. Football is about the fans. Football is about all of those emotions that we feel, all of those memories that we made through supporting a team, through maybe waking up so early to watch a 5 a.m. um game. In my case, here in the United States, you wake up, with so much hope, regardless of how your team did, on the game before that. You just want to see your team. You're so passionate about it. And I just really hope that this powerful guys from football, especially Florentino Perez, from Real Madrid, because he's the one that started all of this. He just goes. I just really hope that he goes back and thinks about this. He has a little bit of common sense about the fans, and they just drop everything. Because football wouldn't be the same like that. There wouldn't be any competition. Yes, we might be able to see good matchups, but it just wouldn't be the same. It really wouldn't. Um, I really hope everything changes. But I mean, until anything else has been changed, let's just keep supporting Spurs and until the end of the of the season. And I just hope everything changes for the good of the game and for the good of the fans. Just a quick reminder to tell you fans to follow us on our pages. You can follow us on Facebook as Fuera del Aire. You can follow us on Instagram as at Fuera del Aire uno or one. And you can see this episode on YouTube. You can find us as Fuera del Aire, and you can also listen to us on Spotify. You can look for us as Fuera del Aire or the Roundup, just like this podcast show. I really hope that you like all of what I'm trying to do here, and I just really hope that you keep supporting us. We'll see you next week with more news and to see if Tottenham win the League Cup final or if we just go out with their hands empty once again. But until then, let's keep supporting Spurs, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.